Okay, students, we're gonna go over a couple problems, or maybe 3 or 4 problems from this one here. If you want to look up for other video examples, it's called solving literal equations. Is what you'd be looking on YouTube for if you needed more practice than the ones I'm giving you right here as examples. Solving literal equations. Okay. Again, we solve all equations with reverse PEMDAS. As a reminder, like I said in the last one, since we have 2 or more terms in a numerator or denominator, you put parentheses around that one. For example, for problem 2. Let's go ahead and do number 6. It says solve for x. So for 1 through 6, you're solving for x on each of these. We'll do number 6. So you get x by itself. That says k times x. The opposite of that is division. The opposite of minus q is plus. Don't forget you're doing reverse PEMDAS. So which one comes first? Bottom is add or subtract. We have an addition one, so we're going to add the q across. So we end up with 2p plus q equals kx. And the last step is division. Divided by k on each term. Okay, since there's no simplifying, I can put that together back as one fraction. This would be 2p plus q over k. There's my answer. Notice I start out by dividing each term by k, just in case I could have simplified, canceling out one of the k with something in the numerator, but there isn't, so you put it together back as one fraction instead of the 2 individual fractions. Okay, the bottom is the same, solve for y. Your hint on 10 and 12, since they have fractions in them, I would multiply the entire equation by 3 to cancel out the fraction and deal with only integers. Let's go ahead and pick one of the story problem ones. Let's go 14. 1/4 of a number x. There's 1/4 of a number x is, remember is means equals in math, 3 more than 3 times the number y. 3y plus 3. Solve for x. So I'm going to solve this for x. Notice I only have one thing. This is 1/4 times x. The opposite times is, is division. When I divide by 1/4, that is the same thing as multiplying by 4, the reciprocal. Or it's called the reciprocal. You know that. So I'm multiplying both sides by 4. Notice in the 4's cancel out. I get x equals 12y plus 12. And there's my answer. All right, let's go to the back side. Okay, statistics, measure of central tendency. Okay, remember, find mean is add up all the numbers, divide by how many there are. Median, I must first put the numbers in order from smallest to greatest, and then I pick the middle number. Now, on median, you have to remember, if there's an even number of numbers, you must take the 2 middle numbers and find the average of the 2 middle numbers, and that's your median. If there's an odd number, there's only one median, one middle number. Mode stands for the most that occur, the most of the same number that occurs. Now, if there happens to be 2, like say you have 10 numbers, and the most that occurs are 2 times, and you have 2 7s and 2 4s, and the others are individuals. Single digit. Well, you can have 2 modes, and that'd be called bimodal. Okay, just so you know that if you happen to have 2 modes, but most of the time you'll just have 1, but you could have 2, and that'd be bimodal. Here, so here's an example, number 3. Okay, bimodal. 6 and 10 are both the modes, so it's called bimodal right there. All right, let's go down here, find the median and mode of the data. So the nice thing about this is it's already arranged from smallest to greatest. So you have to count up all the x's. That's how many, so that's 0. That means there's 2 3s, there's 3 4s, so it's also easy to tell that 4 is the mode right there, for example. Okay, because there's a nice visual right there. There's 3 4s. It's more than any others. Okay, so it's an advantage of having it in a format like this. All right, down at the bottom here, it says find the median mode for the data. Remember, this is stem and leaf. We went over stem and leaf in the chapter test that had on this chapter right here. This is the key or the legend. Tells you what it stands for. This 2 means it's 20. It stands for 20 then in the 3. So 2 slash 3 is that number right there, 23. Okay? You got 21, 23, 27, 27, and 28, for example, right there. Notice over on this one, it's decimal. So these are all decimals, 6.4, 6.5, 7.0, 8.1, 9.8. Okay, shows you the key here is decimal. All right, let's go to the other, oops, that was it. Okay, that'll end that video in just 6 minutes.